Yo yo yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a brand new Formula E video. Today we are driving around the Rome E-Prix for the finale of the Formula E Accelerate Championship. Sorry. Currently we're P4 on the grid behind championship leader Aaron Jajowski and Freddie Rasmussen, who's battling him for the championship on pole position. This race is going to be double points, so very interesting. We're currently P12 in the championship, but there's still a possibility we can finish P4, so obviously we're going to aim for that. Erwan Jajowski needs to finish in the top 3 to win the championship, so I expect him to put up a tough fight. But yeah, anyway, let's head into the race now. You can see I'm waiting on the grid. 5 red lights come on, full throttle at the 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go. Not really a big difference in starts between anyone, it's just about reaction time of putting it into gear basically. Going into turn 1, I think I give Carroll a small tap into turn 1, I get hit as well from behind. And then we go side by side with Jajowski into turn 2. Again, small tap from behind, I think so. As Kevin Siggy decides to send it on me in this left-hander.
What the fuck is he doing?
Didn't expect that there's always chicane here. So now we go side by side into this chicane. We managed to come out on top, and we managed to keep or hold on to P4 as the, Kevin Siggy and Nikola Wisniewski go side by side behind me. And I think this is giving us a lot of breathing space as they kind of collide into this next left-hander we're going through. You can see now on the right bottom 1.5 second gap to behind and 1.3 second gap to Aaron Jajowski. So yeah, you can see Jajowski going a little bit wide, so we gain 2 to 3 tenths back there. Yeah, Jajowski really has to finish P3, otherwise he's losing the championship. And I think the championship prize of winning is a Formula E test and 20,000 euros, so it's going to be a very big loss if he doesn't. I think second place gets 12,000 euro and no Formula E test. So he obviously wants to win this, but at the same time I want to finish P4 in the championship, so not going to give up that easily. Obviously not going to do any crazy moves that might take him out of the championship, but still I want to fight for my 4th place in the championship if I can get it, which we are very likely to get close to. I think Graham Carroll is fighting for P4 as well, so if he finishes ahead of us we finish P5, but still the higher up we finish the better. So battery management is not very hard around here. The first lap you use a lot as the start line is different to the finish line, as the finish line is after this section we're going through now. So the finish line is here, right here, which is also the start and finish for qualifying. So I've got JD in my ears saying how much I can use per lap until the end of the race. I did use a lot of battery on that lap as I had to fight Kevin Siggy, but we're now 1.8 seconds ahead of him, and I'm gonna try and save a little bit here. I'm not gonna attack too early on in the race, just gonna see what everyone else is doing. I think Kevin Siggy is pushing really hard. As you can see in the delta, every time we go into a zone where I'm lifting, he's gaining time on me, so that means he is not saving a lot of battery, and he also had a big fight which cost him a lot of battery probably, as fighting just simply costs you battery, as you always try to keep that a little bit of more track position, so you automatically use more battery. You can see he's gaining so much on me every braking zone more or less. So we're just lift and coasting, he's probably lift and coasting as well, but a lot later. So yeah, we've closed the gap to Jajowski by around 8-9 tenths, 4 tenths behind him now. But as I said, I'm just gonna save up for now and see what we can do later on in the race. As we now move on to the start of lap 4, attack mode is enabled now, which gets enabled after 2 laps. Attack mode is basically on the exit of this left-hander, which you have to drive through, and then you get an extra 50 kilowatts for 2 minutes. So that gives you a lot of power, and Kevin Siggy has taken it last lap, and he is 3 tenths behind me, and he's gonna send it into this left-hander. And basically,
what the fuck is he doing, man?
It's me a little bit, as you can hear there. So going side by side into this next right-hander again. Little bit of contact again, and now going into this chicane.
He's driving me into the wall.
We hit, and I go slightly into the wall, but he has used so much battery catching up to me and battling me right there again with attack mode. He's probably used a lot, so I'm quite confident we can get him back later on. Only issue is that we got quite a lot of damage from that wheel-to-wheel racing, more or less. So car is gonna handle a little bit different, but we just have to deal with it and try to get my P4 back. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna take attack mode this lap or maybe later on. I didn't use a lot of battery on that lap, still quite low, 5.52. On average you need 6.15 to do the wall race, but well, on the first lap we used around 8 and now we only use 5.5, so it's changing all the time. That's why I've got JD in my ears telling what I can use or how much I can use. So yeah, that's very handy. Not sure I'm gonna go for attack mode. No, I decide to keep on going and keep saving my battery until the end of the race. We have to use the 2 attack modes, it's mandatory, otherwise you get disqualified. So yeah, let's see what will happen. Now moving 1 lap later, you can see again quite low consumption. I think it's 5.5, it says, or 5.3. It's very low, that's what I know. And now I'm gonna go for the attack mode to try and get my position back. You can see it's all the way on the left. I press the button to arm the attack mode, and now we're gonna get some extra power in the next few laps to try and get past Kevin Siggy again for 4th place. You see Kevin Siggy has caught up to Aaron Jajowski, but well, at this point I knew Kevin Siggy had a lot less battery, so gonna be interesting how he's gonna manage this until the end of the race. You can see I've got 58% left. There's 16 laps in total, so yeah, as it's a 25-minute race, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's a 25-minute race. On some tracks it was like tricky whether it was gonna be 1 lap more or 1 lap less. So if I remember correctly, in Berlin some people ran out in the last lap. I think I got 2 or 3 positions by people running out. So yeah, that's not the case on this track, as the timer hits 0 in the middle of the track, so it's always going to be 16 laps. But now I've caught up a lot to Kevin Siggy. You can see we're 5 tenths, almost 6 tenths up to my personal best. It's going to be at 32.7. I don't really want to use all of my battery in 1 lap to try and get a really fast lap. I want to be as fast as and consistent as possible over the whole race length to try and gain as much positions as possible. You can see that the fast lap is 1:31.4. So yeah, that's from Freddy Rasmussen in the lead. He can afford to do these kind of things. We can't. We just need to try and get as much positions as possible. And now we're 3 tenths behind Kevin Siggy. Aaron Jajowski is going to go for the attack mode. We are going to push to try and get past Kevin Siggy around the outside here, up the hill, and going into this next left-hander where he passed me. I'm locking up the rears, trying to fight the car, and going through here again.
He just drives me into the wall again, man.
We have a little bit of contact. I hit the wall.
What an idiot.
But now I managed to get past, luckily. Aaron Jajowski got attack mode as well, so nothing I can do now. And attack mode runs out right here for me. So just in time, I got past. Unfortunately, we got a little bit more damage again, I think so, from that. But nothing major, I would say, just balance-wise. It might shift a little bit, so no major harm done. We're just gonna keep on fighting now.
How has he not been penalized yet? What the fuck?
Now, Aaron Jajowski. I'm not sure. He's not going very fast for someone with attack mode. He might have damage as well, maybe more than us. I remember at some point in the race he hit the wall very hard. So that's why he might be sliding around. You can see
Jajowski is making so many mistakes.
You can see his backhand stepping out, which shows he probably has damage. And I think JD confirmed later to me as well that Aaron Jajowski did have damage, because he's barely gaining time on us, even though he has attack mode. Again, he goes wide through that left-hander, and we gain another 1.5 tenths on him. We've just passed the halfway mark as I go for another attack mode to try and get Aaron Jajowski. I just managed to stay out of Kevin Siggy, but now we're gonna get extra power down this straight. So we managed to keep the position quite easily.
So many mistakes, what the fuck?
As I think that was actually the moment where Aaron hit the wall and got even more damage.
Yeah, I can fucking imagine.
Than he had. So from this point on he's gonna struggle even more with the balance. As you can see in the previous lap he was struggling with the backhand already. Probably very desperately trying to get that fastest lap from Freddy Rasmussen. Because I think if Freddy wins the race and gets the fastest lap, then that means Freddy is still gonna win the championship. So Aaron needs to finish P3 and take that fastest lap away if no one else does. But if we get past him at this point, he's not going to win the championship as well. So it's crucial for him to get that fastest lap and win the championship. But otherwise, he's not going to win it. So simply, he needs to defend from us. But his attack mode.
Driving like a potato.
He's driving like a potato. Simply because he has so much damage. There's nothing he can do about it. You can see backhand stepping out again. I was thinking about doing a move into this next right-hander, but I decided to back out. As I said before, don't want to put any risky or extremely dangerous moves on the championship leaders. Again, his backhand steps out into the left-hander. I'm gonna lift and coast into this left-hander, and then we should be able to have a lot more power up this hill with attack mode. You can see our delta going up so fast, already 6 tenths up just coming out of that corner. And now around the outside, we're gonna take his position, and up to P3 we go. To try and hunt down my first podium in Formula E. Our attack mode will run out in around half a lap time or after a few corners. So yeah, we won't
use both attack modes or just one? Okay, that sucks.
So yeah, we won't have attack mode anymore for the rest of the race, but there's only 6 laps remaining as well. Aaron Jajowski still needs to take 1 attack mode, but as I said before, he's struggling with balances again. You can see my mirrors. His rear stepping out. We're 1 second ahead now, and to be honest, we should have this covered, as he will just continue to struggle with balance, and as his rear tires go off, he will only start to struggle more and more. So yeah, we're looking very good on battery as well. I think at 5.2 on that last lap, if I can see that correctly. I'm not sure. It's quite hard to see in the preview. So yeah, anyway, 6 laps to go. We just finished attack mode. Jajowski still needs to take 1, but if he takes 1, he might be at risk of losing track position to Kevin Siggy. So yeah, I don't think I'm really in the trial. I've got the battery covered. I saved quite a bit of rear tires as well in this race, and I think Kevin Siggy and Jajowski are either struggling with tires or battery. So we're looking pretty set to finish P3 in this race. As Graham Carroll is 4 seconds ahead of me at this point. He's just chilling up front with Freddy Rasmussen. Graham Carroll doesn't need to win this race. Just if he finishes P2, then he will get P4 in the championship. If we finish P3, we'll get P5 in the championship. So just gonna basically cruise this until the finish line and try to not make any mistakes. And now we move on to the last sector on the last lap of the race. You can see we've put a 3-second gap to Kevin Siggy, just over 3 seconds. Graham Carroll pulled I think 1 more second to me, as he had a little bit more battery, I think 2 to 3%. So I managed to push a little bit. You can see in this last sector I'm just cruising, as nothing to gain in this race anymore for me. So just making sure I'm making the finish with this battery. You can see 1% left going into the last corner, so that's gonna be quite easy. And coming across the line, my first podium in Formula E Accelerate. In the last race of the season during double points as well, so that's just a perfect timing to secure P5 in the championship. Not gonna lie, first half of the season was very tough, but I'm happy to finish it off quite okay. Quite clearly still not on the level of Freddy, I would say Aaron Jajowski and Kevin Siggy as well, but this race we just managed it a little bit better, I think so. Aaron getting damage, of course, which helped me a little bit, I think so. So yeah, it's still very happy getting P5 in the championship, jumping from P12 to P5, which is very good, securing a little bit extra prize money. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this last Formula E video of this year. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more sim racing content. Of course, not more Formula E content, as this was the last race of the season. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys next time. Ciao.